Well, it's that time again for the Employee Performance Annual Review. Are you ready? Let's talk about it. I'm Adrienne from Adrienne's Avenue, and I talk about things that are rich, relatable, and relevant that will help you become the leader that others want to follow. Let's jump right in. Even though you may be well poised for this part of the process, your employees may be a little anxious. It's kind of like going into the doctor's office for your annual checkup. You may have been eating right, your weight may be down, you may be exercising, taking your vitamins, but you're still a little anxious when you go in to see your doctor to hear the reports back from them and what they see in the blood test and everything else. Knowing this, it's best to make them as comfortable as possible. You gain nothing from having someone sit in front of you that's uptight, even at the annual review. So make them comfortable and then start in with the things that you need to tell them. But to open up the conversation, you may ask them about themselves, their family, get them to talking and relaxing a bit before you just jump in on the numbers and what you really need to discuss with them. Remember, this is a two-way conversation. You can have your notes together, but as you go through the notes that you have for them, ask questions and give them a reason to respond back to some of the questions that you may have, or just give them time to respond to some of maybe the numbers on the metrics that you have to present to them. These are their numbers, true enough, but they need the opportunity to respond to what was going on during that particular time. The results that you will be going over with them in this meeting should not be a surprise. These are things that you should have been going over with them month after month after month. Yes, this is the annual review. This is the end of the year. We'll tabulate all the months together to see how they're doing for the year. But they should have known from month January through December or November, whenever your time period is, how they were doing each and every month. They should have known the things that they should have been working on each and every month, the things that they were really good at. They should have known this. This meeting should not be a surprise. It should be a reassurance to them as far as their performance is concerned. But it is something that should have been ongoing and not surprising to them. I promise I will give you a high rating if you hit that like button and that subscribe button so that you can remain up to date on all the information as it becomes available to you. During this meeting, you will probably discuss hard and fast numbers as their results, as well as competencies, how they could perform, the soft skills that they use, initiative, that type of thing. Cover both of those with them so they're well aware of the things that they've done well for the year, as well as where they need to improve for the next year. If there's been improvement during the year, make sure you cover this with them. This is a great thing if they started at one point and were able to actually improve their results. If there's been a decline or if there were some dips in the year, go over that with them. Then ask them, how did they feel about the year? What made them do well, or what had some interruptions during the year for them? Ask them how they felt about the year and just get their input on that. It is important to get their input on their performance for the year, so simply ask. After you've covered each part of the results that you need to give them about their past performance, if you can actually give them their rating or their ranking, you can do it at that point in time. Normally there is a second meeting as far as discussing their salary, but if it all comes in one meeting, by all means, let them know what the salary is, if there's been an increase or if it's the same, or perhaps if there's even been a decrease in their salary. Before the meeting ends, it is really encouraged for you to go ahead and set the tone for next year. More than likely, you know of what the goals are going to be and what the expectations are going to be of the employees for next year. So go ahead and put that in their mind, even though you may have an official meeting going over the specific goals for them. Just get them in the mindset of improvement is expected for the next year and what they need to expect from you, as well as the company's desires for them for that next year coming up. This meeting is a great opportunity to go ahead and encourage them, as well as appreciate them for the job that they've done for you all year long. Every day was not a good day for them, I'm sure, during the year, but they came in anyway and they gave you what they could. They gave you their best for that day, and appreciate that. Thank them for that, as well as encouraging them for their improvements that they did do during the year. Just be an encouragement to them. So this is your opportunity to show up as their leader, as an encourager, as well as appreciate them. Well, that's it. You have the guidelines for conducting your annual employee performance review. So go back through the video if you need to, because these are critical points that you want to hit to make sure it's a successful meeting with your employee.